Alright guys, left off yesterday, getting this all set in where we wanted it. Now I gotta take it all back out. Then mark the front part where we need to drill, put the bolts for the bottom mount. Just gonna take all this up, move it out of the way. Got marked here and there. So what we're going to do is figure out where to bolt it. Looks like we need a little bit of a spacer. No, I don't think we do. I think if I trim a little bit on that lip of the factory core there, we'll be alright. Get it set down nice. I'm gonna get my marker, mark where we need the plastic nipple to go through for the radiator. So this right here needs opened up. Probably just could square that out. This side's a little bit more trickier. Also might just hit the hole saw and just zip it completely out. Now I'm thinking, I think we'll just do maybe 3 bolts right in the center. Don't see why not. Alright, let's see if we can get this one side hole sawed, another side I'll flat disc it out. Alright, here's what we got so far. We got that kind of, I had to square cut this side, smooth it out a little bit underneath this aluminum of the factory 86 core. I had to cut that out because the plastic nipple on the radiator, once it sits in here on the rubber grommet, sticks down, so it made the radiator set up about 1/2 inch. This side, I was able to hole saw it out. That down there is the bumper bracket. It's not going to be in the way. But hole sawed it. I got a bolt here, another one here, another one on the edge, holding this whole aluminum support out of the 05 Chevy inside the 86 core. About right there like that. So let's see. Let's see how it fits before I pull it all back out. Asking why I'm pulling it back out. Because I unbolt all that. You can see there's rust down here. Rust-Oleum makes this spray-on gel. I don't spray it on. I kind of spray it in a paint cap, and I use a brush and brush the rust with it. And you gotta let it set for about 30 minutes, and it kind of just stops it. I don't know for how long. This core ain't in a great shape anyway, so it'll prolong it a little bit longer anyway. I'm going with the radiator. See how much farther. It won't look too far. I got my 10 mil. Can't make this aluminum mount here from the condenser. This is the bracket that held the condenser on. We'll just make something. This is all so we can always drill it, tap it, put another thread in, build a L bracket, whatever we gotta do. But I honestly think what we got going on will work. So setting down where it was, might be able to put something there to hold it so we can look at it better. Wrong tool. Now we're cooking. That's what we need. Make sure we're good. Sitting down. This screwdriver should hold it. Just keep it there, look at it. Which we're not in down there. Yeah. There we go. Now we're a ½ inch lower. I still think we can use these for the mount. Just don't know how sturdy it will be, but I think we can bend these where they're nice and flat. We can trim some of the core off. We're still center. Where we want it. On the bolts we put in, driving anywhere. That's good. Not hitting nowhere down there. I think it's gonna work. And you find it here. I really don't like how this looks where we cut it off, where it's open. So this morning while I was making my coffee, I was kind of cutting some cardboard and seeing what we could do. But think about putting in a piece like that. I might extend it over a little bit to bend this tab so it will bolt with that instead of putting bolts here. But kind of see, have this piece come over, you know, kind of hide that cut off, which I need to smooth out a little bit, throw some paint on it. But I can put me in a dimple die here, maybe a small one here, and where I tap this with the hammer to make my crease, we can take this piece down and bend again, and then we can put bolt here and here. So then it will be mounted off this bracket on both sides, and this piece I make here will have a mount. So this will be mounted pretty good. Now we really don't need this. I just don't want, really, I don't like the way that looks. Even if I throw some paint on it, you're gonna see that where I hacked it all off. But looks good. I like it. So my next step is to figure out how we're gonna mount this to here, and then I'll build my corner pieces, which I might wait on my corner pieces. Get this mounted here, then I'm gonna start working on my fuel system. I'm still waiting on 2 radiator hoses. I got the upper one, but it had like a little nick in it, like where a clutch fan style hit it. Had a little nick in it, don't want to chance it, especially when we're doing long trips with this. So I just ordered 2 new ones. I haven't got them yet, but I can mount this here. That way it's mounted, and then take it all back out and do that little bit of rust proofing. And then I bought some heat proof, the Velcro sleeve. I'm gonna run my fan wires down and over. I was only running the relay for the fans inside my fuse box, but I think I'm gonna mount them right here on the fan. Then make these where they, with a plug-in, to where they just come down, plug in to the relay side of it, and it feeds the wires. So if I ever have to replace this, I just unplug this, and it's got its own relay wires. I might run the fuse out here. I don't know. We'll see when I get to that point of it. But my main reason of going for this, I was only use a factory 86 radiator and stuff. Where I'm located at, it's kind of hard to get older parts for these vehicles. So I'm trying to utilize all the new stuff, the stuff that's going to be on shelves if I break down. I'm not running my fuel pump in the tank because I'm going to be road tripping this a lot. I don't want to have to drop the tank if my fuel pump goes out. So I'm mounting all that on the inside of the frame, back close to the tank, so it's easy to get to. But I'll show you guys a little closer here. I really don't want to, I don't like the way that looks. So that's why I wanted to build that bracket. But got a beautiful gap between everything. The fans are center of the water pump. This is the fan harness, which I gotta take off anyway to wire everything up. Then over here, that radiator hose there is a little close to the fender well, but put some of that rub shroud on it. I'm going from here to there. Worst comes to worst, I can just hammer and dolly this down a little bit and dent it. But that's what we got so far. I think it just broke my level. I don't know. Down here, you can see nothing's hitting the bolts. The radiator's not rubbing nowhere. So I think it's, yeah, it don't really look that bad from the top. But nah, I'll do some more. Yo guys, sorry about that. I got kinda carried away. There's stuff around. I got a mess. Look at this. Just a mess everywhere. But I kinda got carried away. Earlier we got the bottom all bolted in and done. It was stationary. Don't have to worry about it. I kinda did, I don't know. I don't know if it looks good or not. You guys just let me know in the comments. I used the factory radiator mounts off the top of the plastic fan shroud I had from the 86. Now they're not really doing anything. Not really at all. Because I left this condenser bracket on. I cut the lip off because it did come out here. As you guys can see there earlier. I didn't show you cutting it off, but I cut it off. But this is the 05 bolt. And this is the condenser bracket. Going into a welded nut on the back of this. So I was able to use the factory threaded hole in the core support for this radiator mount without having to make a bunch of stuff or making it look all weird. I still gotta take it all back apart, clean it up. There's still all that sharp edges, but it's kind of just laying on there, and I mean, nothing moving. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know if it looks weird or not. I did have to, right here underneath this bolt, on this factory condenser, that nut that's welded on the back, I had to take a step bit and drill this hole out 2 sizes for that nut to set flat inside the core. But I did the same thing on this side. I don't know. I don't think I'll run into any hood issues. I don't think. But also might work on this in the morning. I just want to get this mounted so I can start working on the fuel. But make me a little triangle piece here. Maybe. It's still in the air. I don't know if I'm gonna go this far out with it though. I was thinking about it earlier when I was doing all this. I'm trying to utilize all these factory threads, these inserts that's made onto this core. So if I build this way out here, I ain't gonna have nothing out here to bolt to unless I drill through more holes and stuff. But this side's different. This side don't have none over here. There ain't nothing in the way, so I could just drill straight through, or drill and put a nut cert in it. I think that's what I will do, but not sure. You guys have to let me know if you like this idea or not. What I'll do is I'll put that there. Find a place to lay you flat. I got all kinds of stuff in the way. I was thinking like this. Maybe not gonna go real big, but get maybe this dimple die right in the middle, and we'll put one little one right here somewhere, like that. Then that plate will be kind of like this. Alright, kind of sketched it up here a little bit, just to see what it's going to look like if I do it that way. I didn't cut it out, but it kind of gives you a little bit here. What I'm thinking. Everything's setting so much lower though. Might have to bring it out. Dimple dye here, dimple dye there. I actually have to bring this one in closer and this one out closer. But I don't know. Hell, am I even? I don't know. Figure it out. If anything, I'll just leave it until I start doing all the other stuff. I'll fill it full of something, paint this black. But I still got a lot more to do under here. This is never ending. I'm not sure on the pressure side of this. I was thinking about using this. This is an old oil quart jug. It's made out of the same glass, Douglas. I think it's Douglas. Duraglass. It's pretty old. It's made out of the same glass as my washer jug. I was thinking making it my overflow for the radiator, but I'm not sure where to put it at yet. So I'm kind of just spitballing. I don't know if I should put it on this side or the other side, but we'll just have to see when time comes. I know I'm kind of everywhere at the moment. I'm here, there, up there, down there, fuel, radiator, core support, bolts, whatever. I'm kind of waiting on more parts. So instead of me putting everything off, I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. I like to finish one part of the system and then go on. I was planning on getting all the under the hood stuff done, which I got all the wiring done. It's completely done except for the fans. The radiator side's done, except for some hoses, which we're waiting on. I haven't pulled the transmission back out like I said I was going to, because they sent me the wrong plate for the rear main. But I'm gonna go ahead and get my next step's get all the fuel stuff done, drop the tank, see if I need to buy a new one or not. Don't think I need to. I hope I don't. Clean it the best I can, but I think it's worth the money, just time and money, to just go buy a new one, put a new one in it. But we'll see. But so we got radiator hoses, the inside mount for the ECM, and all the gauge wiring. All the fuel pump wiring's been ran and it's all hooked up. I just don't got the relay and the fuse in the relay box, fuse box. It's already ran. Everything's done there on that side. Exhaust. I got the long tubes. I'm gonna make sure they fit. I really didn't want to go long tubes, but I'm gonna run 2 duals on this. It came with a Y pipe. I'm gonna run them out just before the back wheel on each side. And then the rest of it's like interior work, new carpet. I'm gonna clean up and redo the door panels. The dash pad and everything I'm gonna redo. If I haven't mentioned this yet, in the back of this, me and my buddy measured with the back seat folded all the way down to the back of that seat that folds up. From there to the end is exactly 8 foot. I don't know how it's gonna work yet, but I think I'm gonna put a wood floor in this, like the trucks. I think it'd look cool. As you can see, I got it. Kind of got packed full of stuff right now, but from that seat right there back is 8 foot. But that's with that seat folded down. So that seat up, I think right there behind that seat to here is just going to be, I want to say 5 foot, something like that. I'm not sure. I haven't measured it. But I got a bunch of old barn wood at the camp. And I'm thinking about having someone paint it down a little bit because it's real thick. And I'm thinking about putting wood floor back here in this area. Either buying a stainless kit for the strips or finding some aluminum to go there. Just make my own kind of own wood floor. So I'll make it float. I'm gonna run some thin pieces of metal. I'm not drilling through this #1 tub. I'm not doing it. I mean, this tub's immaculate. When I get all this cleaned out, I'll show you guys. But we run some strips of metal across, and then we'll bolt to that metal. The wood itself's gonna be heavy enough for it to not move, but I'll put like a lip back here at the back to where it sandwiches the wood to the tub. And I'm gonna do that up there too by the back of the seat. But yeah, I'll make this is for the cap for that upper support on the radiator, but it was too short here. You can see I got it marked here. I was gonna cut them all out, but it was too short. Made this other one with the hole. I'm gonna cut 2 of these out, and these are gonna go on each side of the radiator. I'll show you here real quick. Bring you over here. See if you guys can see what I'm doing here. Alright, we talked about this earlier. I don't like the way this looks, where you can see it. Which all this has to be blown back apart so I can clean it all up, throw a little bit of paint on it. Get rid of these sharp edges, but this is going to go right in here. And we'll put it about right there. That way the bolt can hold it on. Like so. And then I'm going to put one Allen head, round Allen head here. And that's going to hide the cutoff where I cut it off, where it's all open. Then we're going to run, let me grab it. I'm going to take, I haven't decided if I'm going to use a smaller one, but this is a dimple die. I was thinking about putting maybe just one here. I don't think I should go too crazy. And then dimple die one hole here. Also thought about where I use these factory radiator mounts just to hold this in. Thinking about going through and cutting this lip here off, but I don't know yet. Might use these factory plastic connectors for these holes, because I don't know what side I'm putting my overflow on yet for the radiator. So that's still undetermined, so I might wait on that. But I'll make this bracket. I'll cut them all out. And then this also will work on the opposite side. We just, when we go to bend this in the bender, we got to make sure which one's left and right. We'll cut it out. It'll all be cut out like that. Then we'll bend this edge. One will be this way, the other one will be this way. And the hole's already there for our drill. So I'll get all this cut out and I'll tune back in. I'll show you guys how I cut. We'll cut this one, and then I'll speed up the process and do the other one without it being on video. I already started cutting on this before I realized the camera was rolling, but got this side cut, that side cut. No, I don't got no fancy plasma or nothing like that. I do it the old way and the hard way, but still a little warm. Be all right. Make sure you're not shooting sparks under nothing important or flammable, and just get at it. As you can see, I cut all the way to my corners. Then I'll take my saw and finish it up. Sorry about that. I had to help my boy out real quick. Then I'll take this old saw here and we'll cut the corners. And we'll have a piece. And bam, we got one. So just want to show you this one, and then there's the piece we need. Which I'll clean all this up, and I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna put this in the bender and we'll bend it. We'll drill the hole out and see how this looks in here before we put a dimple die in it. So I just got a little, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where it came from. My dad found it and he gave it to me. Just gotta make sure we're straight across, which we need to go down. So this needs to go this way. Let me put a straight edge on it. Make sure we don't mess up. Now I just did a small line. You want to put it right on that line because when you bend that, it's on a, you can say stretch or whatnot, but when you bend it, it's going to use more material on that bend when you bend it. So you gotta, once you get it where you want it, if I can even do this, I got so much stuff in the way, I don't even know if I can even pull it off. But clamp it. It's winter time, everything has to be shoved in the garage. But then you just about right there should be perfect. Then we unclamp it. There we go. So I do gotta make another one, but I'm just gonna make this one for now to show you guys. Now we got to put it in the vise just to do a little bit more of a bend. And this thing needs some, let me take this thing apart, move it up a little bit. But get this in here. Clamp it down. Just needs a hair more. I had so much stuff in the way there I couldn't really do it. I got the little small pecker. And that's done. Perfect, except for cleaning it up, which I don't clean nothing up until I know that it's completely done. Like this edge is a little high, but I'll set this here and I'll go ahead and put it, I'll drill it. Probably the burnt bit first. with a small hole before you go jumping straight to a big one. You can burn a big bit up real fast. See how quick that went through once I drill a small hole? And then, let's see here. Not laying here, I left it over here. But I think it's about the next size up, or golden, which you want to go just a hair over. So I'm going to go with this one, which is 9/32. That way we have a little wiggle room. Which I still think is too small. It is, but it ain't gonna give us enough wiggle room. We're gonna go to about 5/16, which I think is perfect. Don't even have to, not even gonna pull another one out. I think that's perfect. Didn't hit the vise. Boom. Just enough for it to wiggle around a little bit so we make room, or move it around so we can use it if we need to. So but now this will go here. Might have to shave that end off a little bit. We'll find out here in a minute. Alright, that's where that needs to be. Okay. Now, as you can see, we're hitting back here on this dimple of the core. So what we need to do, which with cardboard's a lot thinner, so you really don't know with cardboard, but it's a lot better than wasting metal, I'll tell you that. So we need to just knock that metal off a hair, just a sliver. That way it's not hitting. And then we can figure out where we want to place our dimple and our Allen head. See, it's hitting just right here. Maybe I'll just knock that off real fast. Just a little bit. So just knocked a little sliver off. Let's see if that'll work. Not really gonna see it because it goes behind that core back there. But I think that's gonna do what we want. I might have to put a little bit more of a bend in this part here so it will set flatter. That's what we gotta do. Need this to bend a hair more. Put it back in the vise. It's easier. I got a bunch of stuff in the way. If I didn't have all that stuff in the way, I'd do it in the vendor. But so if we need to bend it just a little bit more. Of course, my vise ain't one. can see, I went just in a little bit more with that bend, which should make that lay down. But we're also going to put a bolt there. Don't want it rattling or anything. So we'll be putting a bolt right there on top. It's going to be rounded Allen. That way a bolt head won't just stick them straight up. See, we still need some more fine tuning, but let's go ahead and tighten this down, see where it puts us. There we go. Now, we got her where we want it. She's snug. Now, we'll put that bolt there. She'll be down. So, we need to kind of fine tune this up a little bit, so it ain't in the way of the hood cable. So when this goes down, this will come up a little bit. About right there. So then I'm thinking just one, just to give it a little style, I don't know, or character, whatever you want to call it. Put one dimple die there, and put one Allen bolt here to hold it down, and that'll be it for that. I'll go ahead and do that part of it, and I'll get back with you guys. Alright, got this little hole here drilled. I gotta cut the bolt that we're going to use a little short because it's a little long, but right now I'm drilling the hole for the dimple die. Gotta drill a small hole, and then we use a step bit, whatever you want to call it, Christmas tree bit, to bring it out to what size we need for the dimple. Grab our Harbor Freight Special Christmas tree. Actually, I might have to go one more size for it, because let's just say she's burnt. Just the first 3 steps. And then once that's drilled, your shaft needs to be able to go through that hole. And then we're going to dimple die that inward. So, sorry guys, I'm going about the computer stuff. But so it'll go like this, and I'll put that dimple inward. I know you guys seen this 100 times, probably. I don't know. I mean, in the world of today, knowledge is everything. Not saying you don't get paid for it, but knowledge is everything. And if I got paid by knowledge, or any one of you got paid by knowledge, man, we all be rich. Now you can use a press. I got a press, but I got so much stuff in the way. Oops. Now, you turn this around because it puts a bend in the metal. Turn it around just a little bit, it kind of straightens it back out. Just clamp it, kind of mess with it a little bit. But looks good. I went with a small one. I didn't want to put too much in there. We'll clean all this up here in a little bit. Let's see how far we need to cut this bolt. Looks like we need to cut it off a good bit. Right there. This is the bolt we're using to hold that. So we need about this short. I don't know if I have anything that short already. So get the size we need. Which I thought that was that one. That ain't that one. That's the Phillips. Got ourselves an Allen. Should fit just enough to. I know we got tool blade right here. Just enough to get to run on there. That way we can cut it off, then run the bolt back on. Or run the nut back off to straighten out the threads. And then we can install that piece we just worked on. Tell you what though, it's getting hot in here. Oh. Just turn this thing off. Run this in where we need it. One second, guys. Let's see, where am I at? Right now, socket. That's where I'm at. So, should grab it in here, deep wheel, and just keep on trucking. I know I'm boring, not funny, but. Got it where I want it, where I can cut the bolt off, clamp her down the vise. Break her out bolt. nut on there, like I did. We can run this back off of what we cut if I keep a hold of the damn thing. But run it back and forth to straighten up the threads. Like that. Now I can take it off my fingers easily. So we'll whip you guys back around here. Now, I didn't go for real big dimple die. Didn't want to go too big because then there's a pointless of the plate. Because if I go real big, you're gonna see that through the dimple die. I'm kind of hiding this cut. What I want to do. So with the little dimple, which hell got enough room. I could have put honestly 2 in there. I don't know. Or one big one. I don't think you're still gonna see it. Let's see what that looks like before I. I don't know what you guys think. Probably don't do it. Just to see what it looks like. But put a big one right there across from it. We'll have two little dimple dies before I bolt it down. I don't want to do too much, but I think that'd be perfect. So let's knock that out. We'll kind of just offset this second dimple right across from it, so we're not too close to what we're trying to hide. That flat spot of the aluminum. So we'll put it right there. I usually just eyeball some stuff, sometimes I measure, but if you kind of know where it's going to go, sometimes old evil eye don't do you wrong. Sometimes. And sometimes you are redoing the whole piece. So, let's see if we can mess this one up. Because if this don't look right, we're going to start over. Just so you know. Which I got a cardboard template, so it won't be that hard to start over. Now we'll see if the stem of this one will fit through, and it will. We'll knock that out, and we will dimple this side. If I can get it in there where I can. This metal's a little thick. Not real thick. I don't know the exact gauge of it, but thick enough to where she's hard to dimple. I like that. Just straightening this back out from where I pushed on it. Tell you what, that looks better than the way we had it. Looks pretty good. Let's see how it looks here. Oh yeah, it looks way better. I don't know if you guys can see it, but looks way better. This one looks closer to here, but this is a bigger hole and a dimple. Kind of wanted it to go this way with the angle. So what we're going to do is bolt this down, and then I'll make the other side. I'm not going to video it because I just showed you guys how it did that side. So, show you guys how I did this side, and I'm going to duplicate 10mm. And you want to wire the electrical tape. Where that nut goes for that bolt is pretty tight. So what I like to do is I'll take the electrical tape and I'll wrap around the end of my box end, and I'll pull it tight like this. Some of you may have done this before, some of you might not even know about it, but that tape will hold that in there. Just push it down real good where tape sticks to it. In this situation, it'll hold it in there. And you just got to find where you got to put it. Once I find it, and bada bing. You are on there. Maybe. Let's see what's going on here. I think I'm on it. There we go, I am on it. I told my mouth wrong. I'm gonna leave that in there because, like I said before, learn from my mistakes. I had it stuck in there, but should have used the open end, which you can do the same thing with the tape. Put it here and just overlap the box end. So when you wrap it up, you can bring it like this. It works. Not on every situation, but it works. So we got that bolt tight. I'm gonna snug this one up. And step back and look at what we made. It's not the cleanest, but a little clean up. around the edges so no one gets cut on it when I have to tear it back apart because I did something wrong. But turned out pretty good. I'm gonna take you guys off this stand. So now when you walk up, you don't see where I cut. I mean, you see this. We'll round this edge, bend this up a hair. That way it ain't hitting the ground. Might even round this edge a little bit. Don't want to cut myself or someone else cut themselves. So we got the factory radiator mount and bushing holding this side, and we just took a small little bolt, Allen head bolt, and a lock nut for the other side. So when you look down on it, looks pretty good. When you pop the hood, you're gonna see that. So this piece and this piece, I don't know, might paint it black. Don't know. I like leaving stuff bare. So I might just shine this up like I did the battery tray over here and leave it. So now I gotta duplicate this to this side. But see how you don't see it. You don't see the aluminum bracket that I cut off. You don't see that. So I think it turned out pretty good just for what it is. But this is all I'm gonna do today, guys. I'm gonna hang out with the kids before a long work week, but I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.